Well, I'm here continuing with the Schoenberg Fantasy for violin and piano. I just stopped for the moment to find my phone/metronome. It was, of course, in my pocket, where I expected it to be, but I didn't believe it was there for the moment. And so now I know what 52 is. Click, click. I'll turn that off for a moment. So, 1, almost exactly what I was playing because it's in my ear. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. The moment I feel that insistence of the beat in my head, I get a little edgy. That's exactly what practicing is for, is to change attitudes, to get over that sense of newness or of having to make quick reactions in real time, but rather to know that you've already pondered them and assimilated a lot of the things that you considered, so that you're calm about it. So 1, 2, 3, 1. That's why I like to have my students put goofy expressions on their faces sometimes, to have their bodies remember that in the learning process they can't always be like that. Being focused is one thing, being panicked is another. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that large fragment is important. Actually, I should go back to the up-tempo because measure 10, this is a natural demarcation point. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1. Gotta get that. He does it already before. 1, 2, 3. Well, sorry, he starts. He shifts from there to there, and then he does the reverse. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so long as I have that filed away, that makes a big difference to me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and back. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see what's going on. 3, 3, yeah, so violin is playing at 12A. I think Schoenberg ran out of numbers or something. No, 12A, yes. Well, go figure. There's no 13. Do we imagine that this editor, or Schoenberg or someone, was really triskaidekaphobic, that wanted to avoid writing a 13th measure? We have 12, 12A, and 14. That's maybe a little bit bizarre. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, things are starting to hop. 3, 4. I've often found in this kind of disjunct writing that finding a fluid placement, you're here and you have to go somewhere else, is one of the most significant things you can practice. So, in other words, I'm here, where do I go from there? Here. So, let me find my way to that. 2, 2. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Okay. I haven't written in the beats. Excuse me. I'm going to write them in just for safety's sake. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 2. I think that's not bad, but I certainly didn't feel great about it. So, in other words, I wasn't sure. It's not that it didn't look as if it were rhythmically accurate and pretty close to pitch accurate, but because I didn't know, there's no value there, or no particular value there, other than that I can't trust it. So I need to reach the point of trusting my own learning, particularly this big shift. Okay, and this ritenuto lasts only half a measure or so. Another thing is I didn't get to that ninth. I didn't get to E on top. So this is the violin. It's the rhythm of the opening. It certainly is wildly different in the way it's stated, but it does arrive on a long B flat, and of course it doesn't continue in the same way, but it certainly recalls that yum on that eighth note with eighth note rest on the fourth beat. So, okay, so I have to get used to that ninth. It's actually written as a diminished octave, augmented octave. There it is, continuous. So he's going dump, I'm going dump, bomb, yump, dump, 2, 3, 4, and okay. A reminder that this is the first time I have a 30-second note rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. There's actually a 30-second note rest in there, but it's not apparent to the eye because it's a dotted 16th rest. So there's a 16th rest plus the 30-second rest. So 4. Most important is just that it's a quick note to the half beat. So we have 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1, 4, 4 and 1, 1. It's in this is a major ninth here, whereas before I was dealing with effectively a minor ninth. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 1. Oh, so this is useful. 4 and 1, 4, 2. Same rhythms, just different dynamic levels. 1 up, 1 down, 1 small, a 7th, 1 big, a 9th. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, and 1. I like those ones in the right hand. Nice and easy. Okay, back to before the top of the page. Almost. And I've lost my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So 4, 1. Again, a subito piano. 4, 1. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. I've written in 2, 1. Alas, I wrote it in so far in front of the note that I didn't realize it applied to that note. 2, 3, 4. All right. It needs reviewing. 1, 4, 1, 2, other thing I was doing is misrepresenting this rhythm. So it's 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. It's large triplets. The violin plays triplets. And I play triplets of triplets. So dum, da 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 da. Nonettes or whatever they might be called. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So dum. 4. Okay, let's review that. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and back. 4. It should have been much softer. 1, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. I've got to get back in the mold, in the groove of playing 16th now. 16ths aren't not fast, but after all those 30 seconds and triplets and things, I've got to shake that sense of speed in the inner figuration. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 1, 2. To molto or tenuto, and I'm alone because the violin is just holding. 1 and 2. I've got to be careful that the 3-note groupings don't interfere with the fact that, 4-note groupings, the fact that they're stressed on the offbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1. That's consordino. And so 4. 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, 80. Oops. I wrote 8. That would be a very slow beat. I have not yet mastered all of these things. Oh, I see. Tap here to accept. All right, now do. Alas, here I am, the victim of technology. There we go. Who knew to press the pause sign to start? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but... So this is much faster. Furioso for the violin. For me too. Although it's written only above the violin part, so... That's quarter note. 1. Holy mackerel, that would be Furioso. That would be extraordinarily quick. Okay. He's playing 30 seconds, so. Well, that's pretty fast. We'll decide, we'll let the violinist decide what this speed really means. Me, I've got to decide what these notes really are and what the easiest way of remembering them is. it's at exactly the same point. Well, no, it's a 16th later than the 4th beat, so potentially confusing. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the place with the staggered beat. So it's on the beat, on the beat, on the beat, off the beat. 3, 3, 4. 3, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's the kind of continuity that needs to be practiced. So 3, E, 4, or 1, 2. There we go. 3, E, 3, E, 4, or 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now, keeping track of where the beat is, if I look at my count, then I'm not looking at the notes. I'm looking at the notes, I'm not looking at my count. So therefore I need to know at least one of those elements. It's going back to this whole principle of layered complexity, that if there are too many elements, too many attributes for a note or a fragment of music for you to keep track of, you have to automate some of them. You have to know some of them, how it goes. You can't be altering or checking on rhythm and checking on pitch and checking on nuance and checking on shaping and checking on execution. You've got to have taken care of some of that, unless it's so slow that you can take care of all of them interspersed within the various actions. You know. But in this case, there's too much happening. So 1, 2, 3. Now this note just precedes the 4th beat. That's useful. This just precedes the downbeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now what I did that time is I didn't look at my counts. I just reminded myself of where they were so I could keep track of what my right hand was playing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, now of course I haven't played my other hand, and alas, the hands are crossed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I needed a lot of time. My right hand, I knew my right hand pretty well, but it didn't help because I didn't know my left hand pretty well. 1, 2, plenty of time to get it lined up here. Let me see if that's true. So if I'm going 4, 4, 1, yeah. 4, oops. 4, 1. Okay, again, it helps if I remind myself of the count and don't second guess myself. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. It's much easier than to find the notes because I know where they are placed. Let me do it more slowly. 1 goes to 2. This is going to go to 4. 4. This is going to go to 1. 1. And there I go. So 1. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, and this happens before, right after 3, unexpectedly. 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Ba, 2, 3, and ba, ba. Like any other rhythm. You know, it's the combining of the complexity of the pitches, because of the row, with the jagged nature of the rhythm. So ba 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 ba, 1 n, 1 n, 2 n. So 1 e, 2 e, 3 n, e 2 n, 3 e da da da. So let's see, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 with a retard. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. And again, if it's both rhythmically and pitch-wise complex, you have to make sure you can trust at least one of those elements initially. So in this case, I'm working with the rhythm to guarantee I don't have to fiddle around with the rhythm while I'm finding the notes. So 2, so 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lo and behold, and that's only one hand, but the principle is obvious and it pays off immediately. 1, 2, 3, just a single note. 1, 2, 3. Now let's see what a good fingering is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. I think if I stick my thumb on the bead here on this 7th and use 1 and 2 on top, it gives me the best placement for here. Certainly I don't want to do 3, 5, that's insane. And going 2, 2 is actually not as satisfying, as cleansing as going to 1. I can pivot around that second much more easily, getting to thumb and just going back to second again. So 1, 2, and 3, and it's also a retard. So that's good. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if there's a relationship. Probably go 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not bad. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3, 1, 5. 1, 3, 1, 5. 1. Don't need a pencil on the piano. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, da, 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 da. I've not written any counts, but I assume that's because I assumed it would be simple at the Pokemon Nemo. So 1, 1, and 2, 3, 4. 1. One hand gets to play it all. 3, 4. Yeah, I'm convinced, I think. 5. decided how I'm going to perform this page-wise. 1, 3, 2, 3. 3. As you would expect, Schoenberg is very explicit when he wants you to use the pedal. He writes pedal, or at least when he insists that you use the pedal. Let me put it that way. Many composers will show a pedal effect that they want, but not necessarily show all the times when they would assume you might be using pedal. And alas, he never writes a pedal release. There's no way around that. I take it back. Everything does not get a dot. He's rather explicit. All of the notes that are held, or that are currently holding, they all get to turn into tied, dotted quarter notes. The bottom E is written as a quarter note with an eighth note rest. Quite frankly, I have no idea how to do that. Because if I lift my pedal, then all of the notes stop. If I don't lift my pedal, then there's no way that that E can be a quarter note. Now, I was getting fancy with the sostenuto pedal, but that doesn't help it hold certain notes. Okay, if I wanted to get truly fancy, because I can, I would replace my fingers over the keys that are already being, over the pitches that are already being held. Hold it with the pedal, grab this 10th here, sustain these notes, then I would have all these notes sitting out. Is that really what he wants? Imagine that, number one, that he would assume everybody would have the major 10th here under the hand, or that we would bother to do all of that. It gets not harder. I mean, I can actually do it. It's molto ritenuto. I don't know. It's one of those things where you know that you have a very explicit composer who tries to spell things out, but I don't feel for that. I can only imagine that the pedal marking is à la Chopin, which is to say, showing an explicit letting go of the keyboard, but hanging onto the sonority with the foot. And being a little loosey-goosey with what he indicated. All right, let me go back. 1, 3, 2, 3. Remind myself what 46 is. It's been so long. Tick, and tick, 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 tick. So, just got to be careful about this. it's not a difficult thing, it's just awkward. I could make the first D a thumb note. That would certainly solve that issue. Let me see. I think that's not a bad solution. Thumb to thumb. Because I've got, it's a general principle I use anyway. These are, no, they're, I take it back. I was going to say they're different note values, but there's just an easier time distributing the shift between 2/16ths rather than committing the whole hand position to here. That way I don't actually have to occupy that position. So that's another thought, is that I could go to 5th and not try to align the thumb and just move to it. So if I'm going to do that, it's a little more pleasurable, it's a little simpler to just go to the thumb first. So that's an interesting solution. Does that 23, 7 times. Let me see if it takes any kind of trouble getting into. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. And it's a big weight, it's a molto ritenuto. The violinist has the downbeat empty. So 1, 3. Four, 1. I still haven't decided whether this is a spelled out 32nd note tremolo or an indeterminate tremolo. 1. It just doesn't sound that hot. Let me put it this way. If I do 30 seconds. 1, 2. 1 and 2 and 3. Oops. 1. The right hand just plays on a beat on the third beat, so it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's worth that to know. So I've just told myself 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here I need to make sure I understand the rhythm. If I had time, in other words, if everything, time slowed down and I could go 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2. Sorry, 2, 3, 3, 1. You can tell how much effort, mental effort goes into just making sure I'm right. I can't afford that, so I have to make it more memorable for me. Let's see, so 3, 3. Well, first of all, the hands are interacting at the 16th note, so 3, 1, and 2, and 3, and it's very helpful to know where the beats are. This omitted chord in 3, and then on 1, then 2, and then on 3, and then on 1. So 3, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I remember this edition has one of these notes with a staccato over it. It's the third one, so it's 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the next one after, which is the 16th, which is short anyway. So I'm going to play it that way. And this will be held. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Physically, that's convincing too, because when there needs to be sustained quality, it's available. And when there's that interaction, it's available too. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's really 1, 2, and 3. And I think I need to circle that. There is a overlap with the violin. So it's 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. You have to be careful about the held beat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Double check. It's still pianissimo con sordino. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Almost. 1, 2, 3. Not quite right. 1, 2, off. 1, 2, off. 1, 2, off. 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Nice. Okay. We've reached the grazio, so much more intact than we have been in the past. I guess learning does tend to work. You start to remember things. 1. So we have a transformation of that theme. Let's see what 56 is. I'm getting good at using this. 1. These are dotted quarters. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Da-ba-da. So that really has a different personality from dump bum at the beginning. 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, no, 1. I was wrong before, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. So, and that happens not consistently, alas, that those right-hand parts start just before a beat. In the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Now this time, it's right after a beat. 1, 1, 2. 9. I'm just going to do it in 9 ones. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can I do a 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. 2. I'm not sure about the dynamic level because I haven't seen one in a while. Well, I've got to be careful not to overplay. Certainly all of these things. It says piano at measure 56. Just got to be careful not to overcommit to something bravura here. It's still very light, grazioso. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. This is fun, so it's because it's downbeat. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I also have to be careful of the lengths because these are 16ths. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2 held on the last one. All right. Let me do the whole grazios. 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2, a little inactive. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. End of grazioso into tempo primo. It's worth it just for my ear and my body to dial back. It's not much of a difference, 52, but it's for the quarter note. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very, much more. The pulse is much slower in sense because it's quarter notes. There's no subdivisions here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Violin again. 2, 3, 4. Oops. 4. He has two distinct kinds of accents, the this kind and the that kind. 69 is 70 is this. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Da, 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 da. Don't know what this piumoso means because it's going to later on calando, but it does say piumoso. So 1, da, 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 da. Again, it's 16th going into a triplet, going into an 8th note triplet. Ba, 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 bum. Da, 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 da. 3, 4, 2. I guess that's the piumoso. 1, da, 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 da. 2, 3, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, again, I've written E flat 7th. It makes it much easier to just play this chord. 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Makes this fifth much easier. Just remind myself of that. not hard chords, it's just a decent fingering helps to make the connections more obvious. So I want a 2. Maybe difficult to see that. Write that. 5, 2. 3, 4. Let's see. Poco a poco, diminuendo e calando. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. And I've written the triplets are coming up, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Scherzando. Okay, let me make that transition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'm a little bit too dependent on the score. 1, 2, 3. Especially because this measure 83 is divided between 2 lines. Not a pleasant experience. 1, 2, 3. Using pagination makes trouble, so line breaks of this sort make trouble all the time. Another interesting thing is these figurations that are shared between the hands start right hand, then left hand starts, which feels, because you get used to the right hand starting, very backwards. There we go, I got suckered in. 2, 3, 4. Big stretch. So 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3. Okay, not terrible, not confident. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Not quite. 1, 2. My partner has so many more notes than I do, and I am struggling with the sporadic nature of these notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and he accelerates too. And these double stops. Oh, last triplet is missing. So yep. Okay, now we're at 112, which is twice 56. So it should be do ba do ba do ba do wow. 1, 2, okay, 1, 2, 2, 1. 2, I'm not being hesitant, I'm being careful, which I guess sounds like hesitant. Because I'm hesitant to commit myself to a rhythm or to notes that I'm not sure of. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'm looking for a decent fingering for these notes to make them feel as connected as possible. I see I've worked out some fingering. Okay. 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. 1, 1, 2, 2. Third finger here. Oh, I've already written that. 2. 1. 1. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2. 2. That's right. 2. 2. 1. 2. 1. Okay, we will go on to that shortly, but I need to refine that gratin though. 2, 2, 1. I think a reminder is in order. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Dum. Da 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 da. Do do da da. 1, 1, 2, 1. Second finger. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. Now, there's just one fancy fingering because the left hand has to take over the. Well, I want the left hand to take over the tied note. And I have to release the bottom notes. That's approximately the texture that's indicated. So. Oops. 2, 1. Okay, that deserves relooking at, especially. One, two, 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. Back we go. Just gotta check this tempo. Poco tranquillo. Alas, no particular guidance, but it's much more legato and intimate in nature. So. Drop one. One, two, one. Practice scherzo. 1, 2. With G sharps would help. G sharps automatically there, so. Twisting of the hand makes the choreography memorable, though. That's one of the things that's important, that the choreography should feel insistent, as if it belongs, as if that's the only way you could play it. One, two, one. One. I've got to be careful not to come in early. 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay. I feel that. That's interesting. Left hand shifts from E flat to E, right hand shifts from E to E flat. The right hand also has a repeated note to make that line a little more insistent and obvious. Oops, I remember this that I've got to pedal late in order to link without binding all the notes together. Now pedal. After the right hand sound has dissipated, that's it. Issue here. Pedal. Well, in 128, it's a broken slur, so I don't have the same issue. Okay, gotta go back to this skirt sound. 1, 1. Okay. Gotta repeat that E. Remember that 5-3 here, 2 black notes. 5-2, white, 2 white notes. 5-3 and 2 black notes. lot of events here. I cannot maintain the continuity yet. Oh, there is a diminuendo e calando, which is so nice to notice. There's a marking, so at least I get some orientation. 70. 72. 1. Very explicit articulations. Also, it's obvious that the left hand is predominating over all the repeated notes. 1, 2, better set my pages. Ah, the end is in sync. 1, yum, pa 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 pa. Suckered into the wrong articulations. It's 2. So a toss to the F sharp, then a toss to the E flat. So if I'm going 1, 2, 1. 2, but that's not the second beat. I'm going to be very explicit about not misleading myself. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Now that section was very hard for me, not because it's hard to execute, but because the notes are so close to one another, and the accidentals, the kinds of B's and the kinds of C's, for example, need to be discriminated among. So much easier one hand at a time. Not that I'm not doing that automatically, but I want to remind myself. Okay, let's see. Again, it's so much easier hands alone. I think shifting to second finger here will really help a lot. Reasons why when you play it hands alone sometimes it's so much easier, because your body's able to find a natural solution, whereas when you're playing it with your mind actively involved in trying to choose the keys and the notes, you tend to do things in which your mind overrides what your body would naturally be inclined to do. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. Yes, yes, yes. So that's a piece of cake for me. Makes the reading. So this decision, shift my left hand to second finger, the same chord, 1-4, now 2-5. And then come down to 1-5 again for the 2 white notes. A big difference. It was a suspended sentence, wasn't it? Just a reminder that I'm going to play thumb. C back to C, but the lower voice is dramatically different, so. Wow, that was the first time it felt natural. Because I could trace my hands and my ears had recollections of what each of those individual elements contributed. I needed to be thinking of my right hand there. That's right. So back. Wow. That's a good wow. I do love the way the mind works, or the body works, or whatever it is, how our systems work to learn things. So when you actually do learn stuff, it's very nice. Back to tempo primo. I think I'll just trust myself on this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 4. 2, 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 2, 3, 2 on the rest. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to do that with 2 hands. It's just right there. The hands are perfectly distributed to each stick like that. I just got to be careful not to let the right hand hang on. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shift left hand from this to this. 2, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that needs a little help. 2, so that's 2, 4, 2, 3. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4, 2. That's a B. 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, those are solids. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's a fourth finger. That's very useful to have a fingering there. Makes the right hand so much easier. 1, 2. Same kind of rhythm as before, I assume. And there's no offbeat one. Right. Slightly complicated division. It's not complicated to execute taken on its own. It's complicated because of the way it looks on the page currently. That's so. Still of 2 or 10 minds about the divisions. So right now I'm going left to right, which indicates he's got this divided up this way. I see no reason why I shouldn't play it in the left hand. I have it currently. Ah, that would work. He has on the page. My Mine may be easier to execute. Excuse me, upside down hand. That's it. Okay, now as to these things. So if I go 5, 3, 1, this is measure 162, in case one of you is keeping track. So 5, 3, 1 to 2. That's very nice. So nice. Grabbing that, maybe I need to get my left hand readier earlier. I think that's going to make a difference. Got to put my left-hand thumb there to be guaranteed that I don't have to rush. So. Once I find that the individual part is easily executable and dependable, well, it should be it. Not a perfect fifth, obviously. Sets me up for a big chord. If I have to do that at the last moment, there's a moment of power. There we go. One, two, 1 and 2 in the right, left hand. Make that transition work. It is amazing, often astonishing to me how a thing I just did really well can dramatically be transformed just by adding 1 or 2 notes beforehand and having to make a run at it rather than setting your mind for that one task. So that's why transition practice is so important. Here. So, getting from here to there. It's not even that difficult, it just needs to be known. There it is. So. Because very often it's just completely unfamiliar otherwise. Right. That was it. Header. 2, 3, 4. Alto, retard, interluto. There we go. It's a feel as much as anything. 1, 2, 5 here. Black, white, black, symmetrical, white notes, and a tilted chord. White notes and a tilted chord. White in the middle, sandwich. So. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay, at this point I think I'm going to take a break, but I'm pretty pleased with the progress it's made since a couple of days ago. What I will do next time is start nearer to the beginning, nearer to the end, and work my way backwards just to make sure that this gets reinforced.